maybe I should do that. Sorry. These are all for, like, the silent part where there's just, like, music or something in the background.
Can I choose a song?
Nope.
Just let me choose a song, Madison.
Why?
If I'm going to give you my material, I have demands, and I want to be able to choose the opening song.
Well, what's your opening song choice?
I don't know if I can tell you that right now.
Okay, you need to let it sit for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Um,
Some call it the Civil War, some call it just, anyways, a serious military conflict between the government and a rebel group in the north called the Lord's Resistance Army. It's been an ethnically based conflict that's displaced, hundreds of thousands of people. This rebel group called the Lord's Resistance Army has been abducting children in the north. It's been one of their main tactics to kind of recruit numbers to, maintain their power base and stuff like that. In response to this rebel group, the government, what they did was forcefully displaced almost the entire population in the north. It's a tribe called mainly the Acholi and the Langi, and they did this, as they stated, to protect them against this rebel group. But basically, they took away an entire generation's livelihood, put them in forced camps, dislocated. They had to give up all their possessions and homelands, and the government was saying, this is to protect you against this rebel group whom we were fighting. But basically, it was the people, the Acholi and the Langi people, who really suffered the most out of all this. The Dwon Madiki partnership, like I said, was an idea that the student group Invisible Conflicts we had in 2006. We actually had a chance. We were screening the documentary Invisible Children. The Dwon Madiki partnership started because we saw this, and some people on campus said, we gotta do something about this. They started screening this documentary Invisible Children, and through these screenings we met actually a Ugandan from the north, from the Acholi tribe, one of the main oppressed tribes there. And she had actually been abducted by this rebel group, and she had come to see the documentary, and she had a few comments after one of the screenings, and we started talking to her, and she started coming to speak to the student group that had recently formed, after showing all these documentaries. And we're like, hey, well, let's, you're Ugandan, let's connect with you. How can we really help? And it turned out that she had a mother who was a teacher in one of the camps, one of these major camps that had like maybe 30,000 people. She's like, well, my mom's a school teacher over there. Maybe she can help us out. And so we started talking to her, and we decided, well, she's a leader in the community. She's a teacher, and as well as she has a few other initiatives. So she helped us to identify 20 kids in the community who had either been orphaned or had lost one of their parents to the war. And so she identified 20 kids, and we're like, well, let's start raising money. And the idea is we'll put them in schools. And it started off really small, and so we decided, how are we going to raise a lot of money? And the idea was, it's getting close to Christmas time, winter time, we're like, let's go jump in Lake Michigan. Let's get dressed in crazy costumes. Let's go ask people to give us money. Let's go jump in Lake Michigan. And that first year, we had a goal of maybe, I think, $3,000, and we got $7,000. And then just kind of took off from there. And not long after that, we're like, well, let's go meet the kids. So we organized the first trip, and I helped organize and lead the first trip over there. And there were about 4 students. And since then, we've organized, 4 subsequent trips over there. And each time we've, gone with a particular goal. We got a new office. We got the kids into better boarding schools. We came up with an after-school program. We came up with a soccer team. Arts and crafts initiative. We had one summer where we connected the kids in Uganda with kids in Chicago. And basically the idea was, we don't want to just help, we want to actually know the people there. We want to create community, and we want to be able to know the people we're having. We want to live in solidarity, and we want to not just donate money, but we want to be active participants. We want to be in these children's lives, and we want them to be active participants in our lives. And so that's how it kind of took off. And it was about community, it was about making a difference, and it was about raising awareness and empowering kids, and in turn empowering each other.
I'm coming back singing semester.
Yeah.
have support from others so we can bring in more people. Oh, I like that picture of you, Megan. Still up there.
Isn't that
But like,
I think we were
I think I took that picture.
Would it? Oh.
Yeah, $100. So we have some start, and we'll get like $100 when we start with.
Reflect on our year.
Yep. Isn't that sweet?
When here, and so I wanted to find friends, and I, honest to God, like these are the people, like you guys are who I hang out with, and who I do stuff with on the weekends, who I live with, you know. It's just stayed so true for the 3 years I was here. You know, we've accomplished a lot together, like even, you know, as friends and as peers and students together, so it's just been really fun. But thanks, guys.
And like the way you guys were able to accomplish it was pretty amazing. I mean, like Madison said, it was kind of difficult at the beginning, some things that weren't expected, but like when I look at like this year's IC Plunge was probably one of the most effective, like it just like went off like clockwork. And I was like, wait, why am I not stressed out? And like all the other things, like you guys, and then like the weekly like e-board meetings, and like it was just really organized. And now we're going in, the very first time ever, we're going into next semester kind of like well put together. Like I think the permit's already obtained. I think, you know, there's already goals on the board and stuff. And I just think like what was accomplished this year was pretty like just impressive. And like, I mean, I think next year will be, you know, really good too. So like, seriously, from being around since almost the beginning, I think this was like one of the, well, you know, most organized, you know, years that we've seen. So props to like all of you guys for just rocking it. So it was awesome.